You know, there's plenty of people out there working on the old heritage stuff because it still works. And today that's what I'm doing too. This is kind of the recipe my family uses. It's nothing fancy. You got to get yourself some beef tallow, basically the fat off the kidney areas if you can, around your beef cattle when you butcher, and cut it up into small pieces. There's people that say it's got to be 100% grass-fed. Good luck with that, because the industry can call anything grass-fed that, last 60 days of its life was fed corn. But regardless of that, do the best you can to get your kind of leaf fat around those kidneys off a beefer, and then put it in the oven. I like to do it for 250 degrees and in a pot. And I do the dry method. There's no water in this pot. You can certainly do the water method too. But I do the dry method at this point. I put it in the oven for 250 degrees for about 12 hours and it cooks down. It's not all the way cooked down at this point, but I've got water in this pan and I'm running it through a strainer, the fat that's in it, and it's going into that water. And at this point I'm going to use water so that I can get it released from the pan. And I'm making myself a brick. So I'm going to let this cool, and once it cools, I use the smoothness of this pan to kind of rotate it and shake it, and the water underneath kind of helps break it free, and basically I get like a big disc of beef tallow. Everybody's different in how they want to do this, folks, but basically get your hands on some beef tallow and make yourself a nice heritage product that's good for your skin and for your body. I like to call it a balm. I get this cut up into multiple pieces, break it any way you want, and see if you can get yourself at least a cup of product. And then once you've got a cup of product, you can put it in a little pot on the stove and melt it down and make a fantastic balm. I like to make mine a certain way. Everybody's got their own technique, but for literally 2,000 years, this is what people would put on their skin. I'm using lavender essential oil. I'm using olive oil and some honey. Those are the ingredients that I'm using, and that is it. I got a tablespoon here for the olive oil. I got a teaspoon for the honey, and then I've got, actually I think it's the half teaspoon, and then I've got the quarter teaspoon for the lavender. And if you want it a little bit more loose, you can add a little bit more honey. So I would say my recipe varies between probably a half a teaspoon of honey to a whole teaspoon of honey. And with that being the same consistency, if I feel like I want it a little softer, I will sometimes add 2 tablespoons of olive oil instead of 1. I typically don't go past that quarter tablespoon of lavender oil because it just gets a little too strong for me. Now that doesn't mean that you can't add more to that too. Make it what you want. I know a lot of people never want to share their natural hand lotion type recipes because they're worried somebody's going to copy it. But the reality is, folks, this stuff's been out there for decades. Make your product, put your name on it, get it out to people that don't have easy access to the tallow and stuff, and they'll enjoy it too. So I don't think I'm hurting anybody by sharing the recipe, so to speak. So now the oil is nice and hot. This is when I like to get the honey into the oil, is right at this point. The honey is kind of thick, and you put it into that really hot melted oil. From the fat and stuff, it disseminates better, I feel. So I know some people wait to add the honey to when they whip it. I don't. So the cup of beef tallow at this point is nice and hot, so I'm adding all my ingredients right now. You certainly can add the essential oil at the end if you want more of a stronger essential oil, but again, I add it in right now too, because once I have this all mixed in, I'm going to cool it down right away. And beef tallow does solidify pretty fast, which is fantastic. Because it solidifies fast, this project doesn't take long. You can easily make a jar or 2 up in just a few hours. I'm going to stick it in the fridge so it actually cools down faster. I come back here, I think it's about an hour later, and you can see it's already solidified up in this little pan. This 1 cup will make about 2 2-ounce containers of it, and it's nice and fresh that way, and it does the best for my skin with cold cracks. It does the best for my daughter with her eczema and people with rosacea and stuff like that. It's a fantastic product. I would say it has a shelf life out and about, not refrigerated or anything. Obviously, don't put it in direct sunlight for probably about 6 months. Here I'm just taking an electric whisk. You can use a hand whisk if you want. I've got a little electric one. I put it on low power so I don't fling the fat everywhere. And basically I just whip it up. It puts the ingredients into an air, so to speak, mixture, so you're kind of fluffing it, kind of like egg whites. And I get it nice and fluffy, and everything then is uniform, because there could be some honey stuck at the bottom, or the oils may not have disseminated quite right. And it really becomes lighter in color typically too. I also find by fluffing it, it allows me to use a spatula or like a pastry tool to get it in a bag and get it into the jar, or ladle it into the jar, or however you want to do that, either for sale or not sale, or just for your own personal use. So to me, whipping it just makes it lighter and fluffier and easier to work with. Once I've got it whipped, I'm just going to take a spatula here. I'm going to stick it in basically a bag, so I can just cut the hole and squeeze it into my jar. I do like it in a jar, and I like it in an amber jar because I like the dark color to protect it a little bit. My bathroom happens to have a beautiful window in it, and sunlight does come in, and it will discolor your product if you let it sit in the sun. So just know that. I don't even know if it wrecks it, but it does discolor it. So when I use these little amber jars that you can buy, I don't get any discoloration, which I think is fantastic. I can make this up in 1 cup batch like this and get 2 2-ounce jars, or 2.5 ounce jars, whatever it actually weighs out to be. Or you can double this recipe and get 4 jars, and of course if you're in production you can make it as big as you want. But I find this works perfect. For me, probably go through a jar every couple months, so a jar lasts me at least a couple months, which is great. I can use it on my feet. It really helps my feet from being calloused. I love it on my hands because it helps my cold cracks. Obviously, if you look on the internet, you're going to see people use this as a boob cream because there's chafing and cracking, especially when you're dealing with infants and nursing. I personally find it works really good on elbows, where you get that hard, crusty skin on your elbow bends. It's excellent for face. I would caution for the use of it in heavy acne states, though, because remember, it's got oils in it, and some people at that point in their life have plenty of oil and don't need many more oil on their face. I think it's excellent for people that have a lot of skin irritation to the chemicals that are in our lotions these days. And I also think it's really good for people that only get to put lotion on once a day. When you put a balm on like this, it's nice and whipped, so it's not heavy, but it sticks around a lot more in your skin than using a thin lotion, which just absorbs in and dissipates. I think it's a fantastic product, folks. It's a way to use your beef fat in a very healthy, organic way. It's a way to save money on lotion, and it's not that difficult to do. So here I'm just squeezing it into the jar right now, and then once I got it in the jar, I just smooth out the top with the ladle, and here I am. There it is. Here's a jar of it. It's wonderful. It's light, it's fluffy, it's got a nice oiliness to it, but yet it's thick and enough that it leaves a good heavy layer on when you rub it in well. I absolutely love it. This particular one smells like lavender. I hope you enjoy my family's version of making what we call working balm, because we use it on all our working farm hands and body parts and friends and neighbors and anybody who wants a good balm that holds up well to Mother Nature, that's natural, non-irritative, and homemade. Appreciate you liking, folks. Follow along and support our channel. It's the only way we can stay alive.